Hello, and thank you for showing your interest in the Parallel Service Provider Program. We're going to spend the next 20 minutes together to understand a little bit who we are at Parallels, understand a little bit more about the Parallel Service Provider Program. For those customers who never heard of remote application server before, or they never went into technology itself, we're going to have a little bit of an overview. And finally, we're going to go on the license model and the program requirements to become a Parallel Service Provider, or PSP. So, as most of the customers out there know us probably from another product in our segment, which is the Parallel Desktop for Mac. We were the first company to create a level 2 hypervisor where you could run Windows in parallel to your Mac operating system. Over the years, we developed some other technologies. We have, from last year, the Parallels Desktop for Chrome. We have Parallels Access. We have a Mac management tool for SCCM, where you can also manage, your Mac devices through your SCCM tools. We have a production tool called Parallels Toolbox. And finally, the focus of today's webinar is around Parallels Remote Application Server, our all-in-one remote application delivery and VDI solution, with the concept to deliver Windows applications and Windows desktops to any device. A few years back, Parallels have created the Parallel Service Provider Program, a program which is focused for service providers who would like a tool to provide their customers the support to shift from on-prem to the cloud. From a business perspective, this program will provide them with new revenue streams or will help them to boost their margins. It's going to help them create new upselling services and as a service, like desktop as a service, applications as a service, software as a service, all being done in a very, very secure way. We understand that this transformation is quite important for your customers. So we're providing you with the technology and the service provider program that will provide you with high value, very, very simple to install. Our solution is just 130 meg download from our website. It can be installed in 10 minutes. It's going to provide you with all the security needed to deliver your Windows applications, desktops, your services to your users in a very secure way, and very importantly, in a very cost-effective way. As I mentioned, all these solutions are being driven by managed services. The idea of having applications on any device, having your desktop, your workspace, your managed VDI available literally to any device. From a Parallels perspective, we provide you with two delivery methods, either the client way, so we have the clients for Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, iOS, and Chrome. But if you want to go clientless, so when we think about BYOD, for example, we can deliver also to any HTML5 browser. All of this is being done in a very secure way. It can be hosted in your data center, in your public cloud, private cloud. Commercially, we're going to help you and your customers reduce the total cost of ownership. So let's discuss together a little bit more how Parallels RAS can help service providers enhance the service offerings. We believe that with our service provider program, we're going to provide you with a great tool to provide quality of service and improve your customers' productivity, so you can extend your customer value. We're going to give you the tool to provide more end-user services, which on the other side are going to encourage repeat purchases. From a user experience side of things, there is no training needed for your end users. Everything is very intuitive. Our experience is optimized for any device, and we boast that we have the best-in-class mobile experience. Truly, our Android and iOS clients are amazing. From a technology perspective and an admin side of things, the solution is very easy to deploy, configure, and maintain. We have some set of tools, like multi-tenancy, which is fully focused for service providers, tools and automation, the ability to auto-provision and auto-scale. Something very importantly, which we're going to mention a couple of times, that our solution is multi-cloud ready, hyper-converged, and we're hypervisor agnostic. So we're giving you the tool that can change according to your business needs. From a commercial perspective, we're going to help you increase the monthly recurring revenue. We're going to help you increase and broaden your service portfolio, so you can offer application as a service, desktop as a service, managed VDI, a high-value service, which in reality is very easy to upsell and very fast. What we want to portray is a win-win business model. It's a pay-as-you-go license model. It's a post-paid pay-as-you-go license model. From a Parallels perspective, you're going to get a dedicated channel partner manager. You're going to have a cost-effective solution, very predictable, high margin with a lower total cost of ownership. So as we mentioned out there, service providers can opt for this program. We determine service providers in two aspects: the service providers and cloud services providers and independent software vendors. The service provider program is available only for these type of partners. Okay, for those service providers out there, it's going to be very easy for them to replace from any existing technology that you're using for desktop as a service, application service, and so on, to remote application server. As I mentioned before, the installation itself can be done in minutes. Configuration is very, very simple. Our solution is built to be very simple compared with our competitors. When we think about the commercial aspect, we're going to save you easily between 40 to 60%, which on the other side, it's going to help you improve your profitability compared with existing similar services using another solution. From an ISV perspective, you're going to have a lot of benefits using our solution. We've seen a huge increase by our users to looking for web applications, for example, or delivery of legacy applications to as a service model. With remote application server, you can deliver your Windows application literally to any device out there or to any HTML5 browser. So even when you think about, maybe an application which runs on Windows Server 2008 which we still support, it can be delivered to the end users Android, iOS, Mac, Linux in a question of seconds. It's going to give you some new ammunition to defend yourself against also new cloud-based competitors. As we mentioned for the service providers, if you're coming from other technologies, we're going to save you some nice money there. From a values perspective, we understand that the new way is customers looking for service providers for everything as a service. So it's something which is in high client demand. It's going to help you with new revenue at very high profits, fast time to value, because the product is very easy to install, manage, and administer on a day-to-day basis. It's going to help you retain your existing customers, find new customers, and very importantly, there are no barriers at all. From a Parallels perspective, there is no commitment. It's literally a pay-as-you-go model. So we are providing you with a framework to succeed. From a technology perspective, a high-value solution that is easy to use, manage, and maintain. From a commercial side of things, you're going to have a cost-effective license model with a very simplified management. And third, and most importantly, from a partnership perspective and support, you're going to have a partner program which supports your need, topped up with 24/7 support by our support team. So for those customers out there who've heard of remote application server but didn't go into all the details and understand the technology, from a Parallels side of things, we have only one level type of product. We don't have different levels or different components that you need to buy from Parallels. What you see on the screen is what you're going to get from your license. So you have the flexibility to have application, desktop publishing, VDI. You can access these Windows applications, these Windows desktops, literally on any device. So with our client, as we mentioned before, the Windows, the Mac, the Linux, the Android, iOS, and Chrome, or over any HTML5 browser. If you have a set of different customers, you can have a multi-tenancy architecture in place. We also have a high availability and load balancer. And unlike our competitors, we don't have any need of any SQL database here. So it's very simple. And automated reporting and billing. All of these components are managed from a single pane of glass centralized management console. No special skills are needed. Solution is going to be very easy to install. And we have some tools included there, like the auto provisioning and the auto scaling for both RDSH and VDI. Something which is quite common with Parallels is around our flexibility. So first of all, we are hypervisor agnostic. We support all the major hypervisors out there. We support virtually any client or clientless, as we mentioned before. There is white labeling for both HTML5 delivery and the Windows client. You're going to have a very best-in-class mobile user experience. And very importantly, and in the next slide, we'll be focusing on this aspect, We have a solution which is flexible based on your needs. So you can install it on your prem, your own data center, on a public cloud, on a multi-cloud, in a hybrid way. It all depends from how you want to operate and what's the best way for your customers. From a Parallels perspective, it's totally the same license, so there's no different changes if you install on-prem or on the cloud or hybrid. You have all the flexibility there. From a feature and security perspective, we integrate with all the major MFA solutions out there. So we know that security is very importantly. We will support, all the major MFA solutions out there. Universal printing and scanning. So we talked a lot about Windows applications, about Windows desktop, but printing will make the solution like a full workstation or workspace with you. And we took a strategy here at Parallels since application server was initially launched that any printer that didn't work even at POC stage, we fixed it. So it's something quite important for us. We have support of REST and PowerShell APIs. As we mentioned, multi-tenancy. We have an AI tool for ultra-fast login and semi-single sign-on. Commercially, our license model, even our service provider license model, includes 24/7 support and maintenance. The high availability and load balancer are included there in the solution. There's centralized monitoring and reporting and billing too. Everything is totally automated from a SPLA licensing perspective. As I mentioned in the previous slide, we are guiding you to that shift to the cloud. It doesn't matter if you have to go on-prem or public cloud, hybrid or hyper-converged. We're going to support them all, providing you all the flexibility to enable you as a service provider to be the most efficient possible and providing the great user experience that your end users would expect. Something which we've seen quite common in the last 2 years is the increase to enable remote work. With Remote Application Server, you're going to help your users to be extremely mobile. They can access tools even while they're away from their physical office or workspace. They can access applications and line of business applications from any platform and any web browser. You can provide them with virtual desktops. So, you can provide knowledge workers with easy to access virtual desktop from any device and to be productive, so they can increase their productivity by enabling simplified access to virtual applications and desktops from any device, as we mentioned before, either via the clients or via the HTML5. The idea here is that applications and desktops, your workspace, are running basically with you. You have to worry about what device you're using. It's very easy, same user experience across the board. Obviously, remote work is only one way of using Remote Application Server. Something I'd like to add here is, when you use even our mobile clients, we have some nice native touch gestures like how you swipe in, drag, tap to click, zoom in, and so on. So even for mobile users, they're getting their Windows application and they can mix their native gestures and their use. But other use cases can be to deliver Windows applications on Chromebooks, which we've seen a huge increase in the last few years of users adopting Chromebooks. Something very importantly is around, the security of remote work. With Remote Application Server, you're going to have more control of the end user's applications, desktop, and files. Something which we didn't mention up till now is the ability to do remote PC. Something which we developed some years back, and it's the ability to push a small agent on a physical workstation and get access remotely to that workstation. So as you can imagine, the last few years, we've seen a lot of users adopting this feature, where they have, for example, particular workstations at their office or in their labs, and they could remotely access them via their clients or HTML5. Obviously, the last aspect is around our BYOD concept, that with our solution, you can get users to remotely work even on their personal devices. And we have support for external mouse and keyboard integration. Basically, the users are going to be productive from any device possible. In December last year, Parallels also launched a version that integrates directly with WVD. We've heard what you're saying, and we've seen a huge increase of customers looking to have Remote Application Server and WVD integrated to take the best out of both worlds. There's several use cases like desktop as a service, the ability to use Windows 10 Enterprise multi-session, the hybrid and multi-cloud, or it's having specialized workloads and legacy applications. What I'd like to mention here is that from an end user perspective, they're going to get their workspace and they wouldn't know from where they're getting their applications or desktops. It's the admin who's setting up these applications and desktops for them. So it's total flexibility from an admin perspective. From an end user side of things, it will make no difference. They'll get all the applications, all the desktops which are important for their productivity. From a commercial perspective, as we mentioned before, there's literally no complexity with our license models, no add-ons, one single type of license, and we're going to help you lower your licensing costs compared with our competition. So let's understand a little bit more how our licensing model works. So every service provider is going to have one SPLA license. It's regardless of the deployment type, if it's hosted, cloud, or on-prem. Very important thing is that this hosted setup is being managed by the service provider. That SPLA key can be activated on multiple farms. Every day, that farm is going to connect with our licensing server, and we're going to analyze the peak concurrent usage, very importantly, from every individual farm. That information will be stored in what we call the Parallels account, which is our nice portal, and we're going to see some more information about that. And through the Parallels account, we're going to see the usage, the historical data, and it's going to be aggregated together. At the end of the month, on a post-paid way, we're going to sum up the peak concurrent usage from every individual farm together, and our distributors will be billing you accordingly. So the license model is very, very simple. As we mentioned before, it's based on an actual peak concurrent usage from all clients. 24/7 support and maintenance are included. There is no minimum commitment to qualify a service provider. All the features we mentioned before, like application publishing, VDI, remote desktop session host, remote PC, the clients, the high availability, and the reporting is all included there. The good thing, our service provider program is built to enable your growth. So with the more total users you're going to have, you're going to be put in a different tier. Obviously, higher the tier, the lower cost you're going to get. So how to become a Parallels service provider program? It's very, very simple. You just go on our website. In the next few slides, I have even the link available to you. There's no upfront fees or cost to join our program. There is no minimum usage commitments. What you need, as I mentioned, you just go on our website, you fill in an application. You would need to know about Microsoft licensing for SPLA and their PSP program. You need to have and maintain 2 Parallels RAS technical certifications. And as we're going to see, technical certifications are going to come for free. You just go on our website. There's a partner portal access. You log in. There's all the training available there. It's very, very simple. You get certified totally for free. And there's an annual partner profile that you will work with your account manager. Obviously, becoming a service provider will provide you with some benefits as well, like having a dedicated channel account manager, have a solution which is scalable based on your business needs and your customer needs, solution which is customizable if you have it on-prem, cloud, or hybrid. From a license model, as I mentioned before, there's no upfront fees or commitments. Very simple to use. It will provide you with a better price based on your growth. Very importantly, there's going to have free online training and certification courses. So what's next? If you need more information, our account managers will be in contact in the next few days. Otherwise, you can send us an email at psp@parallels.com. If you want to become a Parallels service provider, go on parallels.com/partner/PSP. You just fill in an application. There is no commitment and no costs. From my side, that's it. I thank you for your time, and hopefully we speak soon.